From the amount of times that I have done videos on this channel about The Ordinary, you probably think that they are one of my favorite skincare lines. And you would be right. But just because they are a great line doesn't mean that they don't create bad products or products that don't work for me that I don't like. In contrast to all of the praise that I have given The Ordinary, I want to talk about the products that I don't like, either because they don't work for me or they're just not great. Let's get started. La 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 la! This is the Glycolic Acid toner, which you already know is one of my favorites. I have nothing on my face, I just recently cleaned it off, and the reason that I am toning my skin is so that I can apply a product and show you why it's not my favorite. This is the vitamin C 30% in silicone, and I would recommend this for dry skin. I do think it works well for those who have flaky, peely skin. But my skin is acne prone and oily, and this product does not always work well for me. As someone who has worked in skincare for literally the past 15 years, I know how to mix my products. But unfortunately, this product doesn't mix or layer with a lot of the things that my acne prone skin needs as well as I'd like it to. Again, if you have dry skin, I recommend it. But if you have oily skin or pretty much anything otherwise, it's not my favorite. Now, this vitamin C in silicone is pretty pure. It's got like 3 to 5 ingredients, and really all it is vitamin C in silicone, and it should smooth over the skin nicely. The thing is that, as you can kind of see, I find that it balls up a little bit on my skin. It kind of gets stuck, and it even gets a little bit gummy on my fingers. Now, again, if you have dry skin, this is going to be fine because it's going to help seal over those dry flakes and kind of lock them down. But for oily skin, it's just not necessary. And then also, if you get super oily underneath this kind of occlusive barrier, it can really start to aggravate the skin, and sometimes that oil can build up underneath that layer, which just leads to breakouts and no fun. Vitamin C can also be stinging. This is a high potency vitamin C, so not only does it work well, but I do find that it stings a little bit. Now, I want to preface this by saying I don't mind. I have very tolerant skin. Literally burn me. Totally cool. Acid peels, progesterone peel 14%, bring it on. But this is one of the vitamin C's that I can actually feel on my skin. And again, if you're using this as a primer under makeup, that's great because silicone is in a lot of different primers. It does work well for that. But as you can see, if you're not putting makeup on over the top of it, sometimes it gets these little white bally patchy spots. And you know, for the $5 to $10 that it is, it's still something that I recommend to other people. It just was not a win for me, and yeah, me no likey. And it does sting-a-ling-a-ding. The next one might be a little bit shocking because this is made specifically for my skin type, oily prone and acne prone. It is the Salicylic Acid 2% mask. I originally did a review of this when I first tried it, and my feelings have intensified about this mask. So first off, it is not my favorite. It's supposed to have a lot of acne-fighting ingredients. It has charcoal, it has clays, it has salicylic acid, which helps to break down the oil that kind of holds the skin together and help it exfoliate. When I first tried it, I kind of had an issue with the fact that they were charging $12 for such a small amount, and you had to use so much to evenly cover the face. I still have an issue with that. The Ordinary is one of the most inexpensive lines on the market, but when you look at this product is actually pretty expensive for the amount that you're getting, how much you have to use for each one, and how far it goes. So just putting that out there. The thing is that as I've used it more and more, I don't feel it's really superior to any of the other masks that I've used. The salicylic is 2%, which is nice, but I find that it doesn't penetrate as deep as a salicylic serum or as a salicylic moisturizer. And on top of that, the charcoal tends to get stuck in my pores. Now, this is a problem with any clay mask or any mask that has charcoal in it. It's not an exclusive issue to The Ordinary. However, I find that this one does it a lot worse than others. And I think the reason why is because the amount of charcoal they put in, it's like a very fine ground, like a very fine grain. And because of that, it just like finds where my pores are and sits at them. And even after I rinse it off, it doesn't want to leave, and then it looks like I have a million blackheads. So again, it's not a horrible product. It is something good, but I would rather put my money elsewhere than repurchase this. Maybe I should try it on my chest and my back, but right now it doesn't do a lot for my acne and it makes me look like I have blackheads. Oops. This, oh, there's a hair stuck to it. This is a hair. This is the Squalling Cleanser from The Ordinary. Have you heard me talk about this? It's a pretty decent cleanser, and again, if you wear light makeup, I would recommend this. However, for those of us who have like an all or nothing mentality, like I'm either gonna go completely makeup free and show off my acne, or I'm going to beat my face to the Instagram gods, because why spend an hour doing my cut crease and eyebrows if I'm not just going to plaster up my face with some contour? You know what I'm saying? And if you're trying to remove that amount of makeup at the end of the day, you're gonna need an entire tube of this, and it is not worth it. This is a really cool formula. It comes out kind of as like this emulsion, but then as you rub it between your fingers, it becomes this oily, silky, clear solution, kind of more like a gel. Doesn't foam up, so it's really good for sensitive skin. And again, if you have basic makeup, it's going to be great. But if you have anything else a little bit more extreme, it's just not going to be the best. And over time, as I've used it, I also have found that sometimes it leaves a little bit of film on the skin if you don't wash it off properly, because it does have squalane in it and it is kind of an oily base. It can kind of sit on the skin, and water doesn't always properly remove it, which is a problem again with any oil-based cleanser. However, for this one, I have found that there are other cleansers out there that I like better, that work better for my skin. And even though it's a good one, it's just not great. And for the days that I literally have social media on my face because of how thick I have applied my foundation, this is not going to get it off. So that can be a little bit disappointing. And if you run into that issue where you have a little bit of that like texture left over, again, your toner is not meant to remove your cleanser. Your toner is meant to balance the pH of your skin, but this thing is literally a hero product. So I'll say it again. This is one of my favorite products, whereas I would not recommend the three we just talked about. Do me a favor and that like button. Make sure that you whoosh that subscribe button if you haven't already. And of course, always remember to be beautiful inside and out. And I will see you in this next Ordinary video. Go click it. I know you want to. It's waiting for you. Love you guys. Bye.